Hi, I'm Dennis.
I'm Karen, and we have been married 46 years. We have 3 adult children and 6 grandchildren.
We are members of the core team of the marriage ministry for the Diocese of Joliet.
Many of us are experiencing stress and insecurity in our personal lives during these times of social distancing, health fears, financial insecurity, and isolation. We in the marriage ministry would like to provide you with simple tools and strategies to assist your attempts to keep your marriages and loved ones emotionally and spiritually connected and peaceful at the same time. In this way, we, not the church's buildings, are the church, the domestic church that has existed since its beginning.
Come follow us on this journey by doing with each other the tools that we are demonstrating in each of our 5 YouTube videos. These are proven strategies to stay connected with spouses and families. Our hope is to enrich your repertoire by providing you with emotional safety and at the same time expressing love, acceptance, and joy during these times of distress. God bless you and your family.
Sometimes when we're experiencing stress like this coronavirus, one or the other of us feels like we're a pot ready to boil over. And so we are presenting a tool tonight for you that is meant at taking off and letting off some of the steam and venting, as it were. So we have here a pot, and the pot is filled with all kinds of emotions. There's difficult emotions, some anger, some upset, and some glad.
Most of us would prefer to spend our time in glad feelings 24 hours a day, or at least during our waking hours, but we know that that's not realistic.
So if these emotions are not coming out of the pot and we keep a lid on it, that can only last so long because this is energy and the energy doesn't go away. So we have 2 options. We can either blow our lid, our stack, and out comes usually anger and upsetness and being mad and really irritated and frustrated. The rest of the emotions still stay in here. The other thing that can happen with this pot of emotions is that, in fact, they can stay in there, and instead of blowing the lid, they kind of implode. And when they implode, then they can cause depression, anxiety, and or physical symptoms. So we're going to demonstrate the tool of managing your pot and helping you find a way to be able to take the lid off gradually and in a safe manner that will not push your partner, your spouse, away or other people in the family away. And this is something that you can do with your family too, as well as your spouse.
So as with all tools, we always ask for permission. We suggest when you do these tools with each other that you hold hands, touch knees, as we will demonstrate. You can do this while you're snuggling. You can do it on the phone. You can do it with each other. You can do it with family, extended family, your children and friends. It proves almost universally to be very beneficial for relationships.
So the first emotion that we're going to empty out is the upset one, the one that has anger and frustration in it. And so that's the first feeling we're going to empty out of the pot. And as we empty out all these feelings, we're going to be posting the emotions as they should be done in order. So you feel free to write them down.
So Karen, will you do managing the pot with me, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me something that you're upset about.
I'm upset because it seems that our federal form of government, as I've known it since I was an adolescent, is disintegrating in real time for us.
Tell me something else that you're upset or mad about.
I'm upset that I struggle so often with trying to control things that are happening in my life, and I don't let go and realize that whatever is happening is part of God's plan. Tell me something you're upset about.
I'm upset about the people that are not social distancing because we have Matt, or Elizabeth and Jack who are have pre-existing conditions, and they're at risk. And it angers me when I see people who aren't living together not keeping the social distancing because they could have the coronavirus and be asymptomatic and spreading it. And our family is vulnerable, and so are other people.
Tell me something else you're upset about.
I'm upset about not being able to meet with clients in my office and be physically present to them. Because as you and I both know from our research and the work that we do, the workshops that we do, 94% of all communication is nonverbal, and so when I'm doing telehealth, which is just over the phone, I'm only getting just the part that is verbal, which is only 6%, and I'm missing the voice tone. Well, I get some voice tone, but I'm missing the body language, and so I find it a little bit frustrating. Even when I'm doing Zoom, it still eliminates some of the physical presence and body language. So that part is very frustrating.
Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Tell me something that you're worried about, Denny.
I'm worried about the prospect that one or the other of us may be hospitalized and end up dying, and we'll never be able to see each other again.
Tell me something else you're worried about.
Like you, I'm worried about Jack and Elizabeth and their dramatic pre-existing conditions and their vulnerability as we go through this pandemic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell me something you're worried about.
I'm worried about Matt and Elizabeth living downtown where it's hard to keep the social distancing, even just walking to the grocery store, and especially because of Elizabeth's vulnerability.
Tell me something else you're worried about.
I'm worried about what's going to happen when social distancing is removed, and if it's removed before there's adequate testing for everyone to know if in fact they could be asymptomatic and carrying the virus. And so I'm not sure when I'm going to feel comfortable eliminating the social distancing, if it's eliminated before those tests can occur widespread. Tell me something. Oh, we forgot to put that up.
We need to put up our props.
So there's worried.
Moving to sad.
And sad. So, Denny, tell me something that you're sad about.
I'm sad that it's been weeks and weeks since I've been able to snuggle with our grandchildren and tell them bedtime stories and play the games that we so enjoy playing together.
Tell me something else you're sad about.
I'm really sad about the people that we know, people we see on the news that have lost their jobs, their careers, they have no health insurance, their savings are gone, and they're seemingly living without hope. Okay? So tell me something you're sad about.
I'm sad about the people that are dying alone in hospitals and nursing homes and can't have their loved ones with them. And I'm sad for the loved ones who can't be there with them, and knowing that their mothers or fathers or sisters or brothers or children are dying without them being present.
Tell me something else you're sad about.
I'm sad about not being able to snuggle with the grandkids and hug my children.
Okay.
Tell me something that you're happy about.
I'm happy that I remembered to put this up.
That's good.
Ooh, that was a good one. So I'm happy that we have shared a common faith since the moment we met. And it's been such a strength for us during all of our 47 years together, during good times and bad times, particularly like these. Right?
I'm happy for that too.
Good.
Tell me something else that you're grateful for.
I'm grateful that the finger of God brought us together on that magical blind date 47 years ago, and that I've been able to live with this most beautiful woman for all of the years. Yeah. Tell me something you're glad about.
I'm glad that you're still here and that you haven't died and I haven't lost you like so many of our, not so many, but many of our friends who are living alone and having to go through coronavirus by themselves with no one to share their worries with and to comfort them.
Tell me something else you're glad about.
I'm glad that it's spring and it's not fall when this is occurring, because the earth is bursting forth with life, and it's such a great sign of hope for all of us, I believe, certainly for myself. I'm also glad that we have Zoom. As much as I hate technology, it's been wonderful eating dinner, Easter dinner with our families in their respective homes, and also connecting with friends. So.
Thanks for sharing, and then we get the kiss at the end of the tool. Okay.
Good. As you can see, this is a really wonderful tool. There's a couple things that we'd like you to keep in mind, and that is that you can do more than just sharing two things with each other, which Denny and I have done tonight to demonstrate. Because of time, we only did two, but sometimes we've done the managing your pot for an hour, each of us taking time to really dig down deep and share a lot of the feelings that we're having in those four categories. It's important that you do it in the order in which we did it here, and start with mad, and then go to worry, and then sad, and then what you're glad and happy about and grateful for. So that it's important to do it in that order. Try to set aside time, uninterrupted time, for you to do it together. This tool allows us to be emotionally close and spiritually connected.
Thank you for joining us, and God bless you and your families.
God bless you.